Hi, I'm Elizabeth Lee. I'm a registered herbalist with an integrative clinical herbal practice here in Los Angeles, California. And so I wanted to follow up on how I help folks with depression in my practice. I had a prior video that kind of unpacked the study that basically said lower serotonin or chemical imbalance isn't the reason for depression, and kind of made way for the clinical approach to depression being a little bit more holistic. And a lot of folks who work with folks who are depressed or who have been depressed said, I don't think I needed that study to know that there's probably a lot of reasons why folks are depressed, and there probably isn't just one approach, but a multi-pronged approach that one must take to try to support feeling depressed or having a diagnosis of depression. And so originally I was going to make one follow-up video on that, and then I just realized if we're going to really dive into the nitty-gritty of that multi-pronged approach, that each approach is going to need its own video. And that's also partly because I think there's a misconception if you're new to herbalism that, hey, I don't want to take a pharmaceutical, so I want to do something natural. So what plant can you give me instead? And that's really difficult because those of us who work in herbalism understand that that mindset is the Western allopathic model, and how we assess, help folks find balance, how we use herbs. It isn't that same approach of taking a pharmaceutical, and that helps because we're not working with taking away symptoms. We're looking at root causes and looking at a person, not a disease. And so that being said, part of that is building health. And so Stephen Horn has a really great graphic that's a pyramid, and he has what he calls the ABCs to health. And at the top of that pyramid is what he calls direct aid, and direct aid being pharmaceuticals or herbals. And, as herbalists, it's not our job to prescribe. And so folks come to me with prescription medications that they're taking. So the herbs and the medications have to work together synergistically. In other cases, folks are not taking medications and we're just using herbs. But whether it's herbs or a pharmaceutical or both together, that's direct aid at the top of the pyramid. But there's the foundation and the base underneath. And one of the steps in that base is building health. And without that base, there's nothing for the direct aid to stand on. And it's not likely that a person is going to get to the root of their problem and reach the health goals that they're looking for. And so in building health, we're helping prevent the onset of disease. We're also helping support a whole myriad of diseases, not just depression. And so for this reason, I am going to have a video series that will address building health, which is not just for folks with depression, as well as some of my direct aid herbal approaches for depression specifically. So I hope if you're not following me, if you haven't subscribed, that you will. Please like, please comment, and follow me on this journey.